All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today's question: do you love the life that you are living? And I feel as if this is a very loaded question, and I want to set the tone before we go into the conversation. You can love the life you're living, but not love all your days. Some of these days suck. They're hard. They're challenging. They're filled with chaos and adversity, and many times it's outside of your control. And you might not love every little thing about your life. But for the most part, the question is, do you love the life you're living? When you wake up each day, excited about the day you have in front of you, or do you at least not dread the day that you have in front of you? Has life been turning out the way you maybe thought it was going to turn out? As you're graduating high school or college, and you had these big dreams and aspirations as to what life would look like in your future, and now you're living it. Now you're in your 20s, or now you're in your 30s, 40s, maybe your 50s, and the question is, do you love your life? Did it turn out the way that you thought it would? And for many of us, the answer is no. For many of us, it's like life's okay. I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say I love it, but life's okay. But for the most part, life didn't turn out the way I thought it would. And that's what I want to talk to you today. Life not turning out the way you thought. So when I'm presented with that, when I'm in conversations with clients and friends and attendees to my retreats, and they mention to me, man, life just didn't turn out the way I thought. I said, well, what did you think it would turn out like? And it's typically like, well, I thought I'd love my job. Maybe I entered into this career thinking it was something that I guess it wasn't, or I would have much rather been my own boss, or I would have liked to make more money, or I had a divorce and it just really didn't turn out the way I thought. And these are all real problems that real people deal with on a day-to-day basis. So one, you're really not alone in that. You might think that you're on an island and you're isolated. Like, man, does just my life suck? As I look around, it looks like people are getting on just fine and they're great. But for me, it just doesn't feel that way. And isolation is not good for the mind. It's not good for your spirit. And I'll love to share this, that most of us are like the rest of us. We all struggle with something, and you're just not alone in that. But that doesn't change the fact that you're still in it. And my question for you is, are you going to wake up in 20 more years and are you going to say, life didn't turn out the way I thought it was? I don't love my life. Because we don't stay neutral. We're either getting better or we're getting worse. And you have the ability to turn your entire life around in just 1 year. Less than a year can radically flip your life from upside down to right side up. Just 1 year. Less than a year, I really believe. I think 6 months, but I think a lot of us are dealing with some deeper traumas and wounds that surely feel like they take a little bit longer than 6 months. But 1 year can radically change everything, and it would just take some intentionality and getting real serious about wanting to love your life. And it doesn't first start with like starting a side business or making more money. These are more superficial things, and once you make the money, you'll come to realize that. Everyone who I know who's way more wealthier than me still have money problems, and it's just the money doesn't really change what's on the inside, what's really going on. And so with that, I want to encourage you first to take care of yourself. If you want to really start loving your life, you must start prioritizing things that you love doing. Like, if you love fishing, go fishing more. If you love hiking, go hiking more. If you've been really disconnected from nature, but you grew up in nature, go reconnect with it. Find a little park near your house and go hang out at the park and be in nature. Go on a hunting trip if you miss going hunting, and just go do it. Go out there on a limb. Go on a men's retreat. None of my friends are doing that. People think I'm crazy. Who cares? Like God was telling me at the conference. Like I tell my friends around now, like I've been going to these retreats and these conferences, and they're like, "What the hell is that all about?" Like they don't get it. And he's like, "But I love it, dude. It's just so good for me to be a part of these things." So go do that. This is a message to encourage you to actually get really outside of your comfort zone this next year, because what you've been doing hasn't panned out the way you thought. And insanity is doing the same things over and over and expecting a different outcome. So if you want your life to start looking different, I want to encourage you to start doing different things, to start putting yourself out there a little bit more, to being open for more experiences and just what these experiences might bring into your life. It's easy to put these things on the back burner because life be life and you always get something to do, and it always seems busy. But you got to really start putting yourself out there. You got to be willing to do things you haven't typically done to start getting results that you've never had. And if you're in this season of life where you're in a divorce and maybe there was some unfaithfulness and maybe you just fell out of love, like whatever that might be, but if you're in that experience in life and you're kind of just hurt, take this time to really heal yourself. And I feel like there's no better way to self-heal than to spend more time with just yourself, which is just super good. Just get together on a Friday evening with yourself and go for a nice long hike for the evening. Just get together with yourself, like what that looks like. I feel like that's so good on a week-to-week basis, just to really come in contact with who you are. And then get involved in a community. Once a week, maybe it's a church group, or maybe it's an online community like something that I host. Maybe it's like a fitness endeavor and you join something that there's an online fitness community and they're just doing things and you want to be a part of it. You call around and you figure out where the local run club is and you start showing up for run clubs on Wednesdays. And that'll be great too, because there's always a ton of women at run clubs. So if you're a dude, like going to run clubs is also great because there's girls there. And while you might not connect with one of those women, they might know a friend. And next thing you know, you find yourself in the dating pool when you're ready for that, when that time comes around. You're just putting yourselves in environments that you're not typically in. This is going to plant something new inside of you. And when it does, you get this opportunity to step into the next version of you, this next season of life, a season that you might come to love. You might come to realize, like, man, I'm really content right now and happy with where my life is. And it didn't actually have anything to do with making more money. It just had everything to do with putting myself in new environments that I enjoyed being in, and other ones that challenged me a bit. And I put myself in these environments, and what it actually did is lead to a whole lot of personal growth. So this is a big encouragement for you guys to get outside of your comfort zone. And if you don't love the life you live, or you feel like you could love your life more, this is the recipe for success. Get involved in community. Spend more time just with yourself, uninterrupted, whether this be nature or whatever this looks like for you, like whatever that might look like for you. This could reiterate the community aspect. It could be multiple different ways. In your in-person community, online, just get in contact with people who's going to meet you where you're at now and start doing more of the things that you enjoy doing. Truly prioritize your happiness for the first time maybe of your whole life. Sending you guys so much love today. Peace.